Hey guys, Buff here, and it's that time of the year where I want to kind of wrap up my top 10 games of 2024. The premise is extremely simple. I don't think I really need to give any rules. I'm going to try to avoid early access, but spoilers, there's going to be one early access game on this list, and I'm not going to count DLC on this list either. So with that said, let's just get right into my top 10 games of 2024. Starting with number 10. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, or Budokai Tenkaichi 4 to some people. Some people have been waiting years for this kind of game. It's a pretty casual arena fighter, but it's also a Dragon Ball game, so you know it's going to sell. I personally wanted Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, but all in all, for the 2 to 3 weeks that everyone was playing before it got like very serious with like meta defining like ways of playing, I really enjoyed it. I liked having the system of points to build a team. I had a lot of fun with my friends for those 2 weeks. And all in all, it's a great package. I'm looking forward to the DLC when it comes out. Beast Gohan specifically. And until then, that's all I really got. Coming in next at number 9 is going to be Super Mario Party Jamboree. This one probably has some recency bias, I won't lie to you. But being able to have Mario Party again is always great, especially when you have some friends. The online capability is awesome. The amount of maps is great. The only thing I wish was a little different was the games. I also really miss playing as Diddy. And obviously, like any Mario Party game, there are some extremely rage-inducing moments, just like this.
Buff, you can get the 1 star. You need a...
Give me a 7! Fuck!
What?
Just give me a fucking 7 at least, you piece of shit.
It comes down to the bonus stars on who wins. It's all bonus stars.
But as any Mario Party, it's just a great time to have with friends. And I think it deserves its spot on this list. Every time there's a new Mario Party game, I usually put it on the list. So I don't think this is any shock to anybody. Coming in at number 8, kind of keeping the theme of playing with friends that gets the numbers on this list or their place on this list, is going to be Content Warning. This one was purely made fun by how you interacted with each other. You and a bunch of friends would try to make streaming IRL videos while being haunted by like creatures and all that. It got out of early access, I don't even know when, but definitely this year. I haven't played it in months, but the time I had, again with friends, really helped solidify its spot on this list. And maybe one day I'll go back and check it out. If you haven't played this, if you like Phasmophobia or games of that nature, I would check this one out. And if not, I'm surprised. But yeah, there's not much really else to say about Content Warning. It was fun for what it was, and I think it still deserves its spot. Coming in at number 7, this one feels a little weird. I know I said I wasn't going to do DLC. And technically it's not DLC, it's Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising, which to many would just be a deluxe version of Granblue Fantasy Versus, giving you all the characters from the last game, plus a little more, giving you this weird ass Battle Royale mode, which was actually kind of fun for a little bit, and just quality of life changes all around. Granblue is a fantastic anime fighting game. I love it. I actually beat somebody in a $100 money match. Shout out Vanilla Rain. Love you, buddy. Yeah, great game. I haven't bought the new DLC. I don't play 2B. I think the model for pricing is a little too much, to be honest. But yeah, it's a fighting game. And I love fighting games, so it's on the list. Yeah, that's all I really got on that one. Let's go to number 6. Coming in number 6 is going to be Animal Well. Now this one I'm really not going to talk about because it's more of one of those Metroidvanias you kind of want to experience yourself. It's beautiful. As far as I remember, it was made by one person. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous Metroidvania with a ton of secrets, very beautiful atmosphere, and again, I'm really trying hard not to spoil anything, so I'm going to actually just play the trailer to it. If you haven't tried it and you've been debating on it, give it a shot. It's worth it. It's genuinely worth it for its price point, and I loved it, and I don't think it even needs DLC. I think it's just a perfect package the way it is. Give Animal Well a shot. Coming in at number 5, this is where I gave you guys the warning about early access, and it's going to be Palworld. Now, I know it's early access, and I genuinely feel like this game's going to stay early access for years to come, just like Ark and all of those other games just like this. It's a survival game, but obviously you get Pokemon-esque creatures that you capture. You use them to mine resources or battle in the overworld. There's even like gym battles that you can kind of do. It's just a really cool integration. They have like their own version of shinies. It's cool. I loved it. And it's one of the games I spent the most time playing this year, according to my Steam charts. And it was one I got to play with my now fiance. And she's not a big gamer, so that also adds a lot of meaning to me. They just added a new expansion. Maybe I'll check that out. It's still early access, but yeah, can you blame me for putting it on this list? I think it deserves it, guys. If you have a different opinion, let me know. But Palworld, way more fun than I was anticipating. Number 4 is probably gonna piss some people off, and that's gonna be Marvel Rivals, a free-to-play 6v6 hero team-based shooter, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, recency bias might be kicking in, but I already have like 24 hours in it, and it's only been out for like a week and a half. I loved Overwatch, and Overwatch 2 kind of was a disappointment to me. So having Marvel IP with cool destructible environments, being able to have some crossplay, the way they're already treating the community is great. Gameplay's solid. It's just really fun time. If you haven't tried it, it's free to play. Give it a shot. It's the biggest thing going on right now in the month of December. So I don't think I really need to talk about it too much. And because it's so recent, I feel like putting it any higher on the list would be a disservice, and I would get flamed in the comments for recency bias. So at the fear of that, I'm just going to keep it here at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second part of this whole Final Fantasy remake thing going on. I've never played the original Final Fantasy VII, so being able to play this game the way it is fantastic. I loved Remake. I love Rebirth. Given there is a lot of like dialogue that needs to happen, there's a lot of downtime outside of like combat. They just took Final Fantasy Remake and just made it better. Graphically, combat-wise, the music is always fantastic in these kind of games. It speaks for itself. I know it's getting a remaster. Not a remaster. I know it's coming to PC in like January or something. So maybe if it's like cheap enough, maybe I'll buy it again. But having those summons that you can get from old progression and saves is also cool. There's just so many things I could probably gush about this game. And I don't think I can really spoil much, but honestly, the new characters were fantastic. I was kind of hoping to get, I can't think of his name right now, Vincent. I was hoping to play as Vincent. That'll be in the next one, but Red is probably my favorite character to play as outside of Cloud, just because Cloud can do almost anything. Story-wise, fantastic. Looking forward to what they're doing with the whole ending. That I don't want to spoil. But yeah, enough talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 3 is the spot it's getting, and it deserves it. Coming in at number 2 is going to be my little hidden gem of the year. It's going to be Ogu and the Secret Forest. Ogu and the Secret Forest, I have no footage of because I played this exclusively on my Steam Deck, just lying in bed. Ogu is like this adorable little, I don't know, I guess I describe him as like a platypus looking thing. He gets transported into like another world, and it's kind of very Zelda-esque, where you have certain dungeons you need to do to get like a medallion and continue the whole thing. But it's very cutesy, and you know, there's like fishing mini games, there's bug catching mini games. It's actually the first game I 100%ed on Steam. It's a very chill experience, and I loved it, dude. I think it's like $12 maybe. I don't have the price point right now. Maybe I'll throw it up on the screen. But yeah, if you haven't tried this and you're debating on it, please, dude. This is my secret gem of 2024, bar none. And I just loved it so much. It's got to be number 2. Now, before we get into number 1, you know it's tradition, like every other YouTuber, to do some honorable mentions. So with that said, I am going to mention Skur Ritual, which is a very zombie mode-esque game. Lots of content for the price point. Very cool. They got like pseudo battle passes where you just play the levels and you unlock more skins and all that jazz. Needs some polish. Very cool game. If you like Call of Duty Zombies, this is a no-brainer for you. Skur Ritual. Also, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. would be a disservice not to even mention it, but it would be even weirder to put it on a list because it's just a collection of games. But it has Marvel vs. Capcom, so it deserves it. And I would also say one more is Helldivers 2. Fantastic game. Very cool. Just got new race or something like that announced at the Game Awards. But when it came out, it was just funny. It was just fun time. Loved every minute of it. But like my little ADHD brain does, I had to move on to the next stuff. Now, those are my honorable mentions. I want to get into number one. And I'm going to try to condense my number one pick as much as I can. And let's get into that. Coming in at number one, if you haven't noticed, my YouTube has been plastered with these videos. It's going to be Tekken 8. I love this version of Tekken. A lot of people don't with the whole, heat system. I love it. I love what they did with Kuma. I'm a Kuma main through and through. Probably 90% of my playtime is the bear. Giving him the electric is awesome. The graphics are great. The story was fucking ridiculous. If you haven't played the story, the shit they did with Jin is crazy. If you know what I'm talking about, it's nuts. The different endings was also cool. And just everything they're doing with it is very nice. I like their system. The only thing I would not be too happy about is how they've handled their season pass, kind of locking Eddie Gordo and other DLC characters again into DLC, charging, what was it, like $6 for a stage already. They're missing the point on like how they're doing post-game content, but the actual package you get from the initial purchase is great. Online feels solid. You're constantly getting matches. I know they just added Clive. I still haven't really played Clive. I'll have to do that after making this video. But yeah, Tekken 8 through and through is just a fantastic fighting game. I feel like they're trying to learn. It's Tekken, baby. It's Tekken. I like Tekken. I'm a Tekken player. I'm a fighting game player. You know this by now. And to not put it at number one, even with all these other great contenders for the year, I just feel like I'm lying to myself. Tekken 8, bar none to me. Game of the year 2024. With all that said, thank you guys, seriously, for a fantastic year, both on the YouTube side and Twitch side. You guys are great. You guys support me. It's just a blessing to have you guys around. And I don't know when this video is dropping. If it's after Christmas, sorry. Either way, happy holidays. Hopefully you have a great new year, and I hope you guys stay safe throughout that time. If you made it this far, drop a comment or something. A like really helps. I don't want to shill all that stuff. I hate it. But yeah, here's to 2025. More great games, more great memories with you guys, and hopefully more content for the channel. But other than that, more importantly, stay safe, enjoy your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.